lives of four girls who are like in a clique, and they had a friend who was mysteriously murdered, and so it follows them trying to, as they're being framed, trying to find out who really murdered their friend, and we chose to focus on one of the girls, Spencer, and her relationship with Toby.
So the first stage that they encounter is initiating. During this process, it's usually like your first time communicating because they had known each other through school before but never really talked. You kind of size each other up, your physical appearance, postures, how you attractive you think that person is. The goal is to create a favorable impression because obviously you want that person to like you. Okay, so in this clip, Spencer greets Toby, obviously like saying hi. She kind of displays that she's a good person by bringing the mail in, even though she didn't have to. And you can tell Toby's just like analyzing her through the gap in the door. And obviously he pretty much has a negative outlook. He's on house arrest, can't leave, like somebody that he doesn't know, coming to visit him, probably doesn't look good. But she does have a positive outlook on the whole situation because she wants to be friends with him because she's being framed too, and so is he, so she kind of wants to collaborate over that. Then he lets her in to further the initiating process. So then they move into experimenting. After that clip, they kind of talk a little about being framed and stuff. She helps him and tutors him in French. This stage is identified by small talk, getting to know each other better, kind of safe topics like demographic information, kind of like the second layer of the onion, I guess. And to kind of discuss commonalities between each other. So obviously the biggest commonality they have already going into it is that they're both being framed for murder.
And this is just them like getting to know each other.
Markets me 96 points. Curveball. You can put down 104 points for me. Thanks for the cheat. I've been waiting for it.
Okay, so in this clip, they kind of show the competitive fun, just in a flirty way. They're bonded over not the actual stage, over the board game. It's kind of like the commonality. They're both really good at Scrabble, and obviously, like they're both being framed for murder. So what they're actually in the hotel room for is to like stake it out because somebody that they weren't trying to watch is supposedly in another room. So they obviously get to know each other over that very well.
Okay. So then intensifying, as you guys know, is when the communication becomes more intimate, and because they're talking more and revealing more details, you get to know the other's personal life a little bit better, and you also exchange terms of endearment. So this is a clip of Spencer confiding like her frustrations in Toby.
I came down the stairs and I saw what he was doing. I thought, oh my god, he thinks I know. Think that nobody could. He did. He thought it was a prop. He thought it was something that I just made up just to cause trouble and be the center of attention. That's all he sees when he looks at me. That's all he's ever gonna see until we find out what happened. Then we'll have to find out.
Okay, so here, this is important in their intensifying because this is something she feels like she doesn't tell her friends this, she doesn't tell anyone else, but like she's telling Toby, so that she feels like her dad only sees her as an attention seeker, and that's something like deeper that it's significant that like she feels like she can share that with him. And they also exchange I love yous a lot, like at school they'll like kiss in public and like say I love you, so that's pretty significant of their relationship moving through the stages. And then integrating, you're more known as a couple, you guys sleep together, exchange belongings kind of things, and there's also, you start to see some tensions between openness and autonomy, which are, even in like healthy relationships, they can experience this. So after they sleep together, which is like really important. And then Toby gives Spencer his shirt, kind of like signifying like, you know, she's his. And they also, they share each other's like happiness and excitement. So for example, Toby is trying to get his GED and he secures a job, and in the episode you can tell like she's really excited for him and happy and like sharing these emotions with him, which is kind of like meshing them together as a person. But they also experience tensions between openness versus autonomy, and so Toby really wants Spencer to feel comfortable like sharing stuff with him, but she doesn't want to confide in him anymore because she wants to protect him. And so this kind of starts an issue with them, and it leads to them differentiating, and they skip the bonding stage.
Okay, like you said, we skipped the bonding stage, and we're now in the stages that are falling apart. And in this stage, Toby and Spencer are now bickering over viewpoints, tastes, and goals. And what led to the disagreement was they had a argument about Spencer's dad and how he treats her. And her snappy remarks indicate that she does not want to talk to him. But on the flip side, you have Toby, who is still trying to talk to her. And differentiating occurs even in the most healthy relationships. And 2 examples, he asked her what's going on, and he's pestering her for answers, and she's not wanting to answer his questions, and again, like her snappy remarks. We skip the stages between differentiating and terminating, and in this stage, Spencer meets up with Toby for their final encounter, and in the clip that we will show, most times, like, people will give a summary of their relationship, which is what she did, and also she put physical distance in between herself and Toby. And yeah, she summarizes the relationship by telling him that everyone who she's ever with gets hurt and provides physical distance by running out of the car and goes to cry. She again like deepens this like termination by letting him know, and also telling him that she's kept secrets from him, and she does not want to resolve or work on improving their relationship, and again, instead runs away from Toby. And Spencer and Toby have a really complex relationship, which started on negative gestalt, but after their initial conversations in the initiating stage, that changes, and in this season, they terminate the relationship, and it kind of, it's like, what will happen, we won't know. Have to watch Pretty Little Liars, and that's their relationship.